Welcome to lesson 153, graph radical function. So this is a little bit different. So let's see what we're talking about. Objective, vocabulary. Please pause the video and read through this. Just in case you forgot what a radical was, this is what a radical is and the parts of a radical. All right, and here are the graphs of some radical functions for you. So, graph y equals the square root of x. So basically, you start at 0, 0, and you just, it goes like that. So how do you put this in the calculator? You hit the y equals button. Then you hit second. Your blue button brings up all the blue keys. Well, I know in between you hit clear, which is on the right side under the arrow buttons above the division, 2 buttons above the division sign. Second, x squared. Above the x squared button, you'll see the square root sign. So you do square root, and then you type x, t, theta, n, and then hit graph. You do that, and you'll get this. If you do not have a TI-84, please go to some type of graphing calculator on computer or whatever. But basically what we're doing here is, if I was to make a table of values, 0, 0, square root of 1 is 1, the square root of 4 is 2, the square root of 9 is 3, 16 is 5. So I'm just giving you the whole number amounts, and you can see how it drops off dramatically. You go from 0 to 1, then 1 to 4, then 4 to 9, and 9 to 16. So you're going up differently on X than you do on Y. Okay, so now how do we put this in to the calculator? We hit Y equals, hit your clear button, second, x squared, we'll bring up the blue button, square root. You hit x, t, theta, n. Don't forget to put your variable in there. And then you do plus 3. And then you hit your graph button. Now this plus 3 is going to throw your graph over. So just like when something was added to x with rational functions in the previous video, all right, what you're going to have to do on my calculator, and some calculators are different. So I had to hit the right arrow button, which is those funny looking buttons in between the gray keys at the top and the black keys there. It's the arrow buttons. You had to hit the right arrow button to get out of the square root. On some calculators, you'll have to put everything in parentheses that goes under the square root. But on this one, I had to hit the right arrow button. And this gave me, it starts at 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I have a square root function that looks like that. So when you're adding outside of the x, it's just going to shift the start of the graph up or down. And you'll see that when we have something added to the x directly, it shifts it left or right. And this one is supposed to be the square root of x plus 3, all under the square root. And when we go ahead and graph that, we get shifted over 3 this way. And the odd thing about this is you take the opposite sign. So it's +3, change the sign, and this will be a starting point on X. And then if we had something added or subtracted out here, it would shift it up or down. All right, so those were our 3 examples. If you have a calculator, please pull it out and use it. If you don't, you just go ahead and graph it by hand. You just put it in a table of values and just graph it, and then you can do it. So work on the practice problems on the next couple of slides, and I will see you at the end of the video for a recap. Okay, y equals the negative square root of x. And basically what you have is the upside down. And this is minus the square root of x minus 3. I forgot to put the negative in there. And then it starts at -3. And it goes like that. Okay, so this is negative. I forgot to put the negative, the square root of x minus 3, and then all of that minus 1. So now, when something is next to the x, we change the sign. This is going to be our starting point, +3. And then we go down 1 for that. And so this is what our graph is going to look like. So those were our 3 examples for this section or lesson. Please try them. Try to graph them. Hopefully you got what I got. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on another video.